sense. Because it's not like store-bought bread where you have like a week plus, right? It's fresh and you need to eat it.
Yeah. Although sourdough it does have a good shelf life.
I love sourdough bread. A Girl Business podcast would like to thank its sponsors, the Crescent Hotel and Crescent Store. Be sure to follow along with Matt and his team as he brings back a historical landmark to Plumas County. Lucio's Mexican and American food restaurant. Lucio's is open Tuesday through Sunday, located in Quincy, California. Great atmosphere, and most importantly, delicious food. Welcome back to another episode of A Girl Business podcast. Today we're in Quincy, and I'm here with Carol, who is the owner of We Bake For You. You may have seen her delicious cookies, brownies, and other sweet treats across various locations, including her newest account, Chevron, here in Quincy. So, Carol, I'm going to let you take it back as far back as you want to go. The girls love the details. How did we end up where you are today?
Well, my older sister and I had before Easy Bake ovens. It was a vintage ovens, very early on. I won't say what year, but and it was green, and it on the left side it had a little oven door, and on the right side it had burners. And I look back at it now. I was able to Google it, and oh my God, it looks so dangerous. I mean, it's that cotton or that fiber cord, with the funny looking plug. And I guess we had it. I guess we used it in the kitchen. That back then we had like a metal table, and my mother was always there. But my sister and I look back on that and say, "Oh my God, that thing was dangerous." It's not like the Easy Bake ones today. And I mean, it got hot. But my mom, she was a baker. She loved to bake. She loved to cook. She was a great cook. So she'd give us some dough, and then we'd do different things with it, roll it out and fill it with stuff, and we'd actually bake it. It wasn't all that good, but but it was fun. And then growing up, early teenage, I loved to just experiment in the kitchen. And my mom was like, yeah, do whatever. And she always had a lot of ingredients, and I'd go through her cookbooks, and I just experiment with different things. And I don't know. I just loved to bake. My aunt, later years, she taught me how to make bread. And it was like just the regular white, sandwich bread. But and then, okay, so getting closer to the future, my late husband and I went through the culinary arts program at FRC. And from 2010 to 2013, we graduated in 2013. And we had to take other classes because a lot of the baking classes were at the same time. We had Chef Sean Connery and Connie Garish and Carol Franchetti and Jennifer, great instructors. And it was fun. It was really fun. And so we wanted to open up a brick and mortar mom and pop bakery. And my husband did research all over the area, and just couldn't find anything that was suitable or that we could afford. It had to be, commercial location. And when we were in our final business class, the law changed in California, AB 1616, that you could bake certain items out of your home. It was called the Cottage Food Industry Law. And so that was just like opened up a whole new world. So we started out doing home parties, home theme parties. Well, back up a little bit. I had worked at the co-op for 5 years and in Quincy and knew a lot of people. And so we would do like Christmas cakes and, all kinds of cookies and things. And then Valentine's Day was always fun. And St. Patrick's Day, not too much in the summer because kind of people were just, out and about. A couple of other occasions that were just get-togethers. So that was nice. And then we were doing the farmers market when it was across the street from the co-op at the school grounds, and that was interesting. Though we sold a lot of baked goods and got a lot of interest, and the problem was that you didn't know how much was going to sell, and it was always it was in the middle of summer, and it got really hot. And in order to get a space close to where you had to set up, you had to get there early because parking was, unreal. So we did that for a couple years, and then different gas stations, mini marts, approached us and said, "Would you like to put your product in our store?" And I said, "Yeah, but we need to up our license," which was not a big deal. So I worked on that, got the wholesale license or permit. We're permitted by the health department, and we have inspections once a year, and certain guidelines like no custards, no foods that have to be refrigerated, no meats, and so I started marketing, started hitting up, the different businesses, and it's been good.
Yeah. Well, like we said in the introduction, you just got the one here in town. The Chevron one is your newest one, and then I know you're in Made in Plumas.
Yes, that's been a very, very exciting meeting. And the staff there are just so helpful, so positive, and I do have like a sampling of my baked goods there, and I also have my late husband's jewelry there, and it's selling, but they've really helped me to become more professional with my marketing and my packaging. So I just love them. Just love them. Yeah. And then first Fridays of the month for the art walk, they are now a part of that, and it's just a really nice community situation.
So it all started with an Easy Bake Oven.
Before the Easy Bake name.
Yeah.
It was like dangerous.
Yeah, an easy accident oven. And did you find yourself working in bakeries or anything?
The funny thing, when I was, let's see, how old was I? Just old enough to work, maybe 13, 14. Maybe I got a work permit, I don't know. But there was this neighborhood bakery inside of a Dominic's grocery store. And I'm from Chicago or Illinois, Northwest, and we were always in the northwest suburbs. But it was an Entenmann's. It was called Entenmann's, and they would deliver the baked goods. So we never baked anything in the store, but it was a wide range of products, and then we packaged them and sold them. And the funny thing is, you wanted to taste everything. So it's like, oh, that looks good, But by the time you tasted everything, it's like, I don't want any part of it. I'd bring coffee cakes home, and it was in walking distance from my house, so it was fun. I guess that was like maybe the introduction, but I've always liked to bake and experiment. So, and my husband loved to cook, so it was a good combination.
Did you want to be a baker when you grew up? Like, was that the career you had planned for yourself?
I can't really say. It was like I wanted to be a soda jerk, making sodas and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, who knows?
Yeah. And you said you're from Chicago. Mm-hmm. So how did you end up over here? Because this is like very rural,
Oh well, that's a whole life. That's a whole another life. Well, my first husband and I traveled to California. To California first. And we ended up in Taos, New Mexico. And we lived in several different communes there. And it was just a very interesting eye-opener life experience. And I love Southwestern art. I mean, it just really turned me on to colors and wanting to do art. So that was once I left Chicago and saw the mountains, and just the wide open spaces. It was like, no, I can't go. I can't live in Chicago. I mean, I'd go back and visit, but it was like, even though we were in the suburbs, it wasn't all buildings and stuff like that. It was just a whole different thing. So, and anyhow, that was first introduction to California. But my second husband, we met in Berkeley, and people said, "Well, you went to the university, and we go, no, we're from the School of Hard Knocks." And he was a craftsman, a builder. He taught me carpentry. He coined me as the first carpentress in Berkeley. We worked, side by side, built houses. I would lay out the wood for him and his whatever helpers. Like we're framing, I would lay out all the wood for the framing, and then they would come along and do the actual construction. And some of the guys kind of had a problem with me, being a woman, But the funniest thing was when we needed to get supplies, and was like, I mean, every morning you got to get new supplies for the job. So we learned early on that if I went to get the supplies, he could go to the job, and then they would load it for me. And that was Truett and White in Berkeley. And at first, when I had the list, the older guys would look at me and they'd say, "Are you sure that's what you want?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is it." And then as a couple of years passed, it was like, "Okay, she does what she wants, and we'll load it for you." So that was interesting. Yeah.
And then how did you guys go from construction to baking?
Oh, well, that was a long journey. And I won't fill you in on all those details in between. But Dana he was a great craftsman and a builder. And as he got older, it was kind of hard to keep up with everything he did was huge, like this table, it was like big construction things. And so he just, started thinking about doing smaller things, and he got into jewelry. He got into refurbished jewelry. I mean, so every piece or run that he did was with recycled materials. And one of the things that we did is Saturday was garage sale day for us. So we'd go to garage sales, and he would buy up everybody's jewelry collection. And then he would take things apart and make them into his creative jewelry. And left me with a lot of custom jewelry, which I'm finally sold, which I'm finally done with selling at garage sales and things like that. But I do have some of his last of his pieces at the Hub for sale.
And the Weston Theater has some now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Weston Theater has some. It's beautiful. I think some of it.
Yeah, he was so creative.
Yeah, it'll look really nice on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then he started doing jewelry.
He started doing jewelry, and then I was working at the co-op, and then somebody had turned him on to the college and said, "Oh, you could take these classes," and so he started first, and then I joined probably about 6 months later, and went through the culinary arts program.
How was that?
It was great. The teachers were great, and we were probably, in a lot of cases, older than most of the teachers, which was really nice for us. And the only problem, I guess, was a lot of the younger students really didn't really want to be there. I mean, they just weren't, dedicated. But it was a great experience. It was a great experience. Met a
What
lot
was
of
it
people.
like?
What was it like?
Like, were you in school like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? Or was it hands-on?
Oh, well, it was like pretty much 4 days a week, and we did as many of the culinary arts program classes that we could, but a lot of them were doubled. So we had to take in other classes like Diane's, I can't think of her last name, art class. And that was, well, Dana was so artistic to begin with, but that was great. That was such fun, art class. We did 3D art. We did, all kinds of different, we did clay and one of those, well, a bunch of different things. So that was fun. And then we did computer classes. The beginning computer class was a challenge, and we were up against students that just came out of high school with all the computer skills, and we were like trying to keep up. So I think the heavy computer classes we kind of let go. But small business class was great. It was great. The thing about our background was that we've always had our own business. And so early on, I learned how to really take care of the books and do our taxes and keep on top of things. So I had a pretty strong background in accounting. So that fleshed it out. It helped. I'm trying to think of the other classes that we took.
You said Carol was there?
Huh?
Carol Franchetti?
She was there more when Dana started. I had her a few times in class, but Connie Garish, Sean Connery, Jennifer Humphreys, they were just all great teachers. Yeah. And the thing about us being older is a lot of times the teachers would kind of say, well, why don't you guys just, I have to leave for a little bit. You know what to do, so just kind of leave it.
Just kind of step in.
Oh, yeah, I took a bread baking class with Kyle, I can't think of his last name, and that was very interesting. We started our own yeast from the wild cultures, and we had our little plastic containers, and with flour, water, a little bit of sugar, and then we would just watch it start growing. We'd pick up all the natural stuff. Yeah, and then it was like we had to really take care of it like a baby, and we had to chart it, and what time did you feed it, and what's it looking like, and that was great learning experience.
That's wonderful.
The sourdough bread, yeah. Well, all kinds of breads.
How long was the program altogether?
Well, it took us 2010 to 2013 to finally graduate.
That's not bad.
Yeah, to get all the classes in. Yeah.
And then how was it while you were still in school that they rolled out with the cottage license?
Yes, it was towards the end. I think it was our last class or with the last semester or something, and yes, it was like, oh wow, great.
Yeah.
Because we had been like, what are we going to do, and it just kind of all fell into place.
What a game changer the cottage
It
license
was a game changer. It is, and it's been really good. It's been really good.
Was the process difficult to get the license?
No.
What did you have to
well,
do?
okay, so before we graduated with the culinary arts, we had to go through the ServSafe program for managers or for business owners, and that was very intense. I mean, we had 5 nights of study, and it's a national exam, and trying to think, Sue Schultz. It was a tough test, and we passed. We have an assortment of a lot of my product. We'll start with the double chocolate brownie. My husband came up with this recipe, and he called it our 4x4 brownie because it's 8x8 square pan cut into 4, so that's a 4x4. This is chewy oatmeal raisin.
Oh, I love oatmeal cookies. They always get a bad rap because people say, oh, they get angry when they find out it's raisins instead of chocolate chips. But I love oatmeal.
Well, and then I have the chewy oatmeal chocolate chip.
Oh, so it's the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
And then the nutty peanut butter.
Delicious.
And then this is my newest, just chocolate chip.
The classic.
And then people were asking about, actually my son-in-law said, you need to do a peanut butter with chocolate chips. So I said, okay. So that's peanut butter chocolate chip. And then these are snickerdoodles. This is snickerdoodles. And blueberry muffins.
Delicious.
I'm just working on a recipe for pumpkin muffins. Pumpkin spice muffins.
That'd be good.
With crunchy top.
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
Can I make a custom order for cookies?
Of course.
I would love some s'mores cookies.
S'mores,
like the marshmallow, maybe some chocolate chips, maybe some graham cracker topping or something.
Oh, well, okay, I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Okay.
That would be delicious. And then these are some of your breads.
Yeah, these are all sourdough, the Wild Alaskan sourdough. Different weights, different sizes. I just baked off some mini ones. And I guess this would be kind of like the smallest size of sourdough that I would want to do. Some people had asked me in the past to do sourdough rolls, little dinner rolls. And I found that they were just over crusty.
Yeah, all crust, like
Yeah.
you said, and no
Yeah.
inside. What makes it Alaskan?
The starter,
Okay.
our starter. So there's a book where you can get starters from all around the world.
Oh, wow.
And so we ordered the Wild Alaskan. This is probably about, let's see, well, it's at least 35, 40 years old, the starter.
Do you have some that you could show?
Yes.
I would be so interested in that.
I have several. So I never want to run out. So that's pretty much my current one. And then I have, this is a older one, and you can see the difference in the color. Actually, this is pretty fresh. I mean, I just used it for this batch, which was just a couple days ago. So it's nice and creamy. And the thing about the sourdough is the smell, that slightly acidic, but it's not quite
Oh, yeah.
where it was. I mean, when it's right active, totally active, there's gonna be all these little bubbles in it, and then it goes dormant,
Wow.
and so it lasts. Now this, people get turned off because they think it's bad because it gets this kind of ooey gooey stuff on top.
Uh-huh.
But that's all the really good sourdough flavor.
That's what makes it
The
sour.
liquid,
Yeah.
this like, yeah. So every once in a while I'll dump this out, put it in a clean jar, feed it, and mix everything in, and it's just fine. So it's my backup.
Do you ever sell starters?
You mean I could? I mean, I
know
could give it away.
Yeah, I know some girls, they sell like starter kits, or because some people have a really hard time getting a starter going,
Yeah.
so they'll buy like little kits or something. Or
Yeah. No, I haven't. I've just been giving it away to friends.
Oh, that's nice. And then these are some of your mixers back here.
Yeah. Okay. So I call it. This is my monster, and it's a 10-quart industrial, and It's wonderful, just wonderful. I can do 8 pounds of bread in it at a time.
Wow.
Yeah, 8 1-pound loaves.
I bet it's heavy.
Oh, it is heavy. It came in a wooden crate. I mean, it came in like it was this wooden crate, and I had friends, undo the crate, and then be able to lift it up. I mean, it was all together, but yeah, it doesn't move. I mean, this is this is where it lives.
Yeah.
Where this is my KitchenAid. It's an 8-quart. This is my second mixer. My first mixer is this really old KitchenAid, and it's only like a 3.5 quart. But this is what we started out with. We got it at a garage sale for like $8.
Oh, cool.
The gentleman said, well, it was my mom's or my grandma's, and he said it works. And this turns on. This has all metal parts. Well, like that one does too. And it's forever.
Does it have a name? Have you named it?
No, I never named this one. And I've gone through, the thing about this one is it's a coated metal. It's that white coated. And I went through, this is my second one. I went through one because it started chipping, And so I contacted KitchenAid, and I was able to order some new beers. So this is my backup, or for really small batches. Mm-hmm. And so this is my medium size. But then I was doing bread in here and overused it. It burnt out. So a good friend of mine, we ordered the motor and he replaced the motor.
Oh, nice.
So that's great. And then this one, yeah, that's the thing about this one is you have to have the right amount of quantity of product and for it to really, for the blades, although the beater comes all the way down to the bottom, mm-hmm. but it has to have the mass in to really incorporate it. Mm-hmm. So I went from this to this, and I had to redo my recipes. I had to double. Well, it wasn't quite double, it was like 1.5. So I had 1.5 to, I usually get like 65 cookies out of here.
That's a lot. That's a good amount.
2 ounce scoop. So that makes it's fat. You get more done in a short amount of time.
This is probably a game changer. Huh?
This is a game changer.
Yeah. Did you get this after you acquired the wholesale license? Were you like, I need to up something?
Oh yeah. This is, let's see how many old. It's probably about 4, going on 5 years old.
5 years old.
Yeah.
And then when did you get is it the cottage license? Are they like cottage license A and B? Is that what they're called? And one's like the wholesale and one's...
Yeah, it's just 2 licenses. And it's a permit.
Okay, a permit.
So the only difference was that I had to pay more money. And there really wasn't that much difference, except the same getting inspected once a year. Mm-hmm. But that was the only difference. Yeah.
How many sweet treats would you say you're making a week?
Well, oh gosh, I don't know. It's a lot.
That many. Well, let's try some. I'm chomping at the bit to try some here.
I will take a brownie.
Okay, so these are very rich, you said. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, those are really good.
I have a funny story about the brownies. So, when I make brownies, I make 4 8x8 pans at one time. Mm-hmm. So, so I have 4 individual bowls that they finally come out of. But into those bowls go all the ingredients. And I overdid the brown sugar in one of my bowls. I pretty much doubled it. So I ended up with what I call fudgies. My daughter loves them. And it's just it's very dense. You know, it's like fudge.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, and I don't market them because they're just so ooey gooey. I don't know, I just haven't. But a lot of friends love them.
Oh, you might want to consider putting them out there.
Yeah, I might think about that.
We were talking earlier, girls, and I said that I love oatmeal cookies, but that sometimes people get upset because they think it's a chocolate chip, but they're raisins. But Carol has been a genius, and she has made a chocolate chip oatmeal, and it is the best of both worlds.
Thank you. I have a secret ingredient in the oatmeal raisin, and it's nutmeg. And it just really brings out the flavor of the raisins.
Do you want me to cut that part out? How secret is it? You want me to cut that part out?
No, it's not. No, it's just, I mean, it's part of the recipe. I mean, I didn't make it up. It's just one of the recipes that I found. But it really makes a difference. Sometimes I'll forget to put it in with my dry ingredients. It's like, oh, no. But it does add to it. It's more like a little tang.
For the cottage license, on the packaging, you have to list the ingredients.
Yes, I have to list the ingredients. I have to list my permit number, my home address, and my phone number.
Got it. And you said
Made
that
in Plymouth County.
they've been helping with the packaging and stuff and designs.
The hub. The people at the hub have really been. Yes, I'm waiting for. They're doing new labels now, and it's a round label. Let's see, I don't have anything finished with labels that I'm using right now, but they're kind of big and not very artistic. But this new label is round, and it's just very, very nice. And I'm waiting for those to put on my product.
Nice, that's going to be exciting. Yeah. That is going to be wonderful. Okay, let's go in with the muffin. This looks really good. This, like, what do they call this? A strudel type?
A streusel.
Streusel.
And it's basically flour, sugar, cinnamon, butter.
Delicious. It doesn't taste like... There's a huge difference between a home kitchen and like a huge factory making muffins. Huge difference. Delicious stuff, Carol.
Thank you. Yeah, I love making muffins. I still do cranberry muffins. Blueberries, the most favorite right now. I've done banana muffins, with the streusel, and I don't know, people prefer the blueberry, I find, but I mean, I love banana bread and banana nut bread. And now I'm going to be making the pumpkin crunch muffins.
Those would be good. I love a muffin that has the cream cheese, the pumpkin muffins with the cream cheese in them. Those are always good. Those are good.
Okay.
Or what about, what if you did both, like a banana blueberry?
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
That would do it.
I would try it. I'll be your guinea pig.
Okay, great. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah.
Anytime you need a taste tester, let me know. And if people do want to place custom orders or anything, or if somebody's watching this and they might want to carry your products in their store, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, I have an email, and I also have a phone number, so I can give those out now, or we can do it at some point.
Yeah, I'll put it all in the description.
Okay.
That way when people watch the video, they can contact. Do you prefer one over the other?
Actually, I prefer, well, it depends. I mean, I'm not the best at keeping up with my email.
Give her a call.
And, depending on how big your order is, a week at least, sometimes 2 weeks to fit it in. And as far as cookies, a batch of cookies, it would probably be a dozen that I would need to at least have a dozen.
Like minimum order.
Minimum order of a dozen. And as far as like muffins or, half a dozen, pies, one or more, and then I love doing the mini pies, and I have a bunch of pictures, but they're in my phone.
Yeah, that's okay. You can show them, and then I can put them in the video if you send them to me.
Yeah, we'll do that. But and it's in the same. I'll show you the pan.
Yeah.
It's a jumbo muffin pan, and
Oh wow, that is jumbo. It reminds me of like a chicken pot pie size.
Yes, yeah. So it's this size, and so with the muffins, I do the muffin paper, and what I'm getting at is when I do the mini pies, it turns out that it's much bigger than the muffin because I'm doing a crust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a bottom crust, which I flute around, and then I do a lattice top. But the fruit comes all the way up, so it looks like it's much bigger than this muffin pan.
Mm-hmm. I like that you have like good quality stuff. You know, the new stuff that they make is not always.
My husband was a real stickler on, oh, we need this, we need that. So we ordered a lot of pans from King Arthur. Not cheap, but I mean good quality. I mean, had this for 11 years at least.
Wow.
I have 4 of them,
Yeah.
and I also have what do they call them? Rectangular pans. It's right behind you, but that's right. To do like mini loaves of bread. I love doing little mini loaves of bread, and I have pictures of those too.
Yeah, I would love to see you.
It's just hard to have those at markets because it's just a shorter lifespan and fresh span, and I don't know. But I'm happy to do it. When we were doing the farmers market, we were able to do a lot of those little mini loaves, and people love them. This is my, this will last me a couple days. I can eat it up. So.
Or for single people too.
So, yeah.
Because it's hard to grocery shop for one person or like make meals for one person. You always have way too much.
I do, yeah, me.
Yeah.
But leftovers.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like,
leftovers.
okay, I don't have to cook.
Leftovers are always good.
Yeah.
What do you think was the biggest learning curve having started this business or now running the business on your own? What's been some
Time management.
time management?
Yeah, time management. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. When first started, it was like I over babysat my accounts. So I was like, oh, I wonder if they ran out. So I'm driving here and driving there, and it's like, this is silly, because maybe they were out of, maybe it was $10 worth or something, and it's like you need to set up certain schedules and not be frantic about it, or you get burnt out.
Mm.
Yeah. So I do major deliveries like Mondays and Thursdays, and then those are the days I shop. And then the other days I'm prepping, baking, doing something. Occasionally I'll have a day that I'm not doing anything, but it's kind of
Those are
far
nice, huh?
and few in between.
Those are
It's
always
like,
nice.
yeah, well, I can at least get that done,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you do the yard sales, right?
Well, I don't have to anymore. I'm not doing anymore because I was able to market all of my late husband's costume jewelry collection. And I was able to sell it all in a batch. So for me, it's a relief because it's just like I don't like being out in the weather like that.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me away from my comfort zone, being inside and baking, or doing something else. So I know it, but yes, I was doing a lot of sales. Yeah, there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's a relief that somebody came in and.
It was nice. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, okay, that's good.
What was his favorite thing that you baked?
Gosh, pies. It wasn't a really big sweet eater. Although
That's kind of ironic, huh?
Yeah. He was he was a great cook. I mean, he grew up with three older sisters, and they all took their turn at cooking. So he would do most of the cooking, and then we'd work together in the baking. But he was more like, okay, let's more planning on future. Making things easier. You know, okay, well, you know, let's just make things easier ergonomically, and like, okay, let's look at. He's got the account for us at the American Valley Hardware, and well, they had, you know, soda machine, and they had all this candy, and he said we should try to get an account there. And I'm going, really, you know? He said, yeah. So okay. So contacted, that was the prior owners, Mary and Gary, and brought them a sample box of just assortment. They said, yeah. So the rack that's there, he built. It was all out of recycled materials put together. So it's been a good account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have accounts outside of Quincy? Like, would you ever go over to Chester or anything?
You know, when Gigi had the Crescent store, I would provide her with baked goods, but it was delivering it is a problem. I can't, I couldn't deliver there. The same with Portola. So that's an issue, getting the product over there. Yeah.
It's a drive.
Yeah, I'm better off just take care of business here. Not driving. Yeah.
Well, when I looked up on the map where you were, and I was like, oh, we live actually really close next to each other. That's kind of nice, because usually sometimes I'm going hours and hours for interviews. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. So I can understand that you're like, no, I would just want to be in Quincy.
Yeah, I don't like to drive that much.
Yeah.
No, I'll drive to East Quincy. And here.
Yeah.
That's about it.
What would you say to a woman that maybe is thinking about getting a cottage license, or thinking about starting a business, or has maybe gone through a big life change? What advice would you give?
Well, you know, it has to be something that they really love. I mean, maybe it's baking. I can't really speak on anything else, but work out your recipes. You know, that's one of the things that helped us through the culinary arts program, was like working out your menu, you know, and know what your ingredients are, and know what you're paying for your ingredients, and how to price your product, and, you know, I mean, what's your labor? And, you know, cost of materials, and do you want to spend time driving around to Reno or Chico to get supplies, you know, or do you want to do? I was never big enough to order from the U.S. Foods, or, you know, because you need big, or, you know, you need, you know, $500 to $1,000 an order. So I pretty much shop locally, although friends of mine that go to Reno and Costco and all that, I get my big bags of chocolate chips because they're expensive here. But pretty much shop local, except for a lot of my packaging, you know, on the internet. But I don't know, just for someone that wants to get started, know what you want to bake, and well, you know, we started out before we got the license. Before we were finished with school. I mean, we would be baking and experimenting with all kinds of stuff, and, you know, we'd get. I mean, people would say, "Oh, no, we've had enough." And then we would, you know, just give samples to people a lot. And say, how do you like that? You know, how do you like that? Dana was great at that. He loved to experiment too.
Yeah.
So.
What were some of the crazy concoctions that you guys came up with?
The pineapple upside down cakes.
Oh, I love pineapple upside down. I
know. Yeah. And then we worked on a gluten-free. We worked on a supposedly gluten-free recipe with pineapple upside down cakes. Did we do it on these? I'm not sure. But it turned out that, and we were selling it to the co-op, and it turned out that even though we used a mix, I guess we used a Red Mill or something, gluten-free mix, and it's some people said, well, it's not gluten-free, so it didn't last too long. But it was ooey and gooey, and it had a short lifespan.
Yeah.
But it was an experiment. But I used to love to make the whole big pan of the pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah, that's
with
delicious.
the cherries in the middle,
Yeah.
the pineapple and the cherries, and then you flip it over.
It's such like it's so nostalgic. Like it's a piece of Americana, I feel like.
Yeah.
The pineapple upside down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see it around.
No, you really don't.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do like a mini, like a muffin size, like even in here, like you were saying.
Hey, food for thought. Thank you.
I'll test it. I'll be your guinea pig. Is there anything you're looking forward to in the near future with the business, or any big plans that you have?
Well, I am excited about being able to do more creative pies and breads, because I'm limited to the markets that I have right now to do that. And I love to do the sourdough into a French roll style, French bread style, and you can fill it with jalapenos, garlic, cheese, and then you roll it up and slice it. I've done a lot of that.
That sounds delicious.
And I mean, you can do, you could do feta with Kalamata olives and just a whole different variety, unending variety of breads. I really like to do those.
And are those available for custom orders?
Uh-huh. I have like photos. My husband set up a photo book for us with a lot of the different cakes and pies and breads and things, but I haven't ever really put it together into something.
Yeah, that might.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have a menu when we first started out, but then, I don't know, not being really computer smart, it was hard to keep up with it. And then the changing prices, and then here you're locked into, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It gets tricky
And,
unless you can easily change it.
Right. And I did an interview with Piper Sourdough. She's based out of Susanville. And she had the menu with all the prices and stuff. And then when prices went up for her and she had to trickle that down, it was like a big deal that she had to update her menu. And it's like, what do you expect people to do, So.
Yeah, a lot of a couple of the local home kitchen people have their menu posted, but I just haven't ever done that.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some photos, and I'm definitely going to be purchasing a loaf of the Alaskan sourdough to try. And anything else that you'd like to share, or that you'd like people to know about your business or yourself, or anything you'd like to say to the community here in Quincy?
Well, I love Quincy. It's my home. Lived here for now since 2003. We sold our property in Reno, and we lived there for 17 years. And started out in Gray Eagle for a couple of years, and then moved to Quincy. And even though my husband's passed, I have such a supportive group of friends, and I'm just so comfortable here. I just love it. So I'm going to keep on baking as long as I can.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see your accounts grow if that's what you want to do, and I'm going to be definitely ordering some custom stuff. I already have a couple orders placed. And I would love to see what would you call it? The wheel that you made? You said, "Here Comes the Sun."
Oh, sure.
Some of our. You want to show some art stuff?
Artwork. I have 2 refrigerators, and I have this beautiful marble table that my husband built, work table, and this butcher block, he didn't build this, and this butcher block, which he did build, and lots of cabinets and drawers, and just a normal oven. I love my kitchen because it's so bright.
It is very bright.
Very bright.
Lots of light in here.
Yeah, so.
And you have some lovely plants.
Let's go look at that plant. That's cuttings from my mama plant.
Okay, let's
And
take a look at the mama.
Plant is like at least 40 years old.
Oh
The
my
original
gosh.
cutting that I would visit my parents, and I took home cuttings in my luggage, in plastic bags with paper towels to keep it wet. And this is her, and I'm looking to find people that want cuttings because I just keep pruning her, and the stems get too big, and then they start bending over, and new growth is constantly coming up. My daughter and I repotted this beginning of summer, and she just loves it. And I'm waiting for flowers. It's kind of like a lily flower, and she hasn't flowered since I repotted her, but she will. I keep talking to her every morning.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. It's a spathiphyllum
Oh, okay.
is the botanical name.
And have you had her for 40 years, or you think she's just about 40 years old?
Yes. Not this. I keep, I always have a plant. I always have her. But then I keep getting cuttings, and then eventually I have to repot her. But then the way the roots go, they kind of bend around underneath, and then you never know when there's going to be a shoot coming up. So it's always exciting.
It's pretty metaphorical for life. You
Yeah.
never know. You never know when something's going to come up.
That's true.
A new growth or new something.
Yeah, so this is Here Comes the Sun. My husband and I put it together, I think it was 2016. And it was on a stand, which it was outside for a while, but it's something that I want to keep inside.
That's beautiful. And is this you?
This was a friend of ours down in Berkeley. We traded him for a dining room table, and he went to Tibet, and this is Light of the Lotus on the right, and then this is the Pranabindu point on the left. Tibetan paintings. Just love them. I've tried to research. His name was Kakavana. Tried to research, and this was early 70s. If he's still around or made contact, they're signed, but I never had any luck. Of course, that was the name he took on, so it's not his real name. And then I painted mirrors. We bought 75 mirrors out of the hotel in Reno. I'm trying to think of the name of it. And they were just plain. It's a composite frame, and I started painting on them. And this one is Maria Muldaur. I can't think of the name. But anyhow, we finally ended up selling them all.
Wow.
And then my husband did beautiful frames. This was Southwestern art style frame.
It's like that New Mexico
Yeah.
art that you're
Yeah.
fond of. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Lots of cool things.
Thank you. Yeah, that's one of my art projects.
Where's the
It's-
driftwood from? Is it from around here?
Yes, yeah. It's called Zen Gate. Zen Gate.
Well, thank you, girls, for watching, and thank you, Carol, for your time and
you.
letting me get all in your business with a camera.
Thank you.
Literally.
Thanks.
And be sure to like, share, subscribe, and contact Carol if you girls are looking for some Thanksgiving rolls or anything custom. Everything here is delicious.